Hi boys and girls, ready to do lesson 5? First thing we're going to do after you've done your warm-up, make sure you've done your warm-up first. Practice your sounds and practice your tricky words, okay? And now, speaking of tricky words, I'm going to show you a little bit about this word right here. And I underlined the tricky part. From. Is from a word? From is not a word. Is a word. So this O right here, that's the tricky part of this word. So you're going to see it underlined for a little while, okay? So this is the word from. And the other word we're going to practice is, you know what, let me use the word from in a sentence. From here to there. Okay? From here to there. Now the other word we're going to practice is probably the trickiest word, and we have worked on this word a little bit already. And this word, watch what I'm going to do. O-N-E, and I'm going to underline the entire word because guess what? The whole word is tricky. O-N-E is the word one, okay? Like the number 1, okay? So that's probably, I would say, the trickiest word that we will be doing, okay? The word one. Let's see. I have one sister. One is the word, okay? Now, we're going to practice reading those words from and one, and I have some phrases down here that I want to show you. So if you can look right here, you're going to see, I'm going to point, and we are going to read these phrases, and you might see the word or the in these phrases also, but the words we're focusing on are from and one. A gift from Sam, one plant from one of them, from a dish. Lots of dogs and one cat, all of them. The man from the west. One trip, one chip from the bag. Okay, all of those phrases had the words one and from, or one or from in them. The next part of our lesson, boys and girls, is going to be you plugging in the tricky word, okay? So the first thing you have to do is look at what tricky words you're working with. Of, from, and one. Those are the tricky words. And then you're going to be plugging them into these sentences, okay? So you have to figure out which word makes sense. Number 1, we'll do number 1 together. And remember, the words you can use, of, from, one. And that line, when I get to that line right there, that space, I'm going to say blank. Number 1, Stan got the best gift, blank his mom. Stan got the best gift of his mom? That doesn't really make sense. Stan got the best gift from his mom? I think that makes really good sense, but I'm going to try this last one just to make sure. Stan got the best gift, won his mom. That doesn't make sense. Stan got the best gift from his mom. And you're going to write the word from right on that line. F-R-O-M. Make sure you cross it out, and then you have of and one to work with. So you're going to plug those words in. And on the back, you're going to be working with of, one, all. Okay? So make sure you're reading the whole sentence, plugging those words in, and then choosing the one that makes the best sense. All right. The next thing we're going to do in our lesson, boys and girls, is we're going to read the next story. And if you look up here, you're going to see this word right here is going to be one of our vocabulary words in the story. And the word is yelp. Y-E-L-P. Yelp. And to yelp means to cry out sharply and quickly. And the other word we're going to be seeing in the story is the word ch-a-m-p. Chomp. Okay? Chomp is to bite or chew something. All right. And the title of our story is Sam's Pets. And I want you to listen carefully, boys and girls, so you can tell me what types of pets Sam has. Here's our front cover of our book. And when we open up our book, there's our title page. There is our table of contents. And we are reading the story Sam's Pets on page 16. So I'm going to turn to page 16. There's a Oh, there I am. I got there. All right. I'm going to get my reading finger out. In this case, I'm going to use my pointer today. And we're going to read this story. First, we're going to read Sam's Pets. And remember that apostrophe and what that means there? That means ownership. So whose pets are we talking about? Sam's pets. And I see Sam right here, and I see some animals around him. Let's find out a little bit more about Sam's pets. Sam has pets. One of his pets is a dog. One of his pets is a cat. One of his pets is a bug. All right, and there I see his cat, I see his dog, and that must be his bug in there. All right, I'm going to turn the page. Oh, looks like they're having a lot of fun. This is Sam's dog, Max. Max runs and jumps. Max digs in the mud. Max rubs mud on Sam. Max yelps at the cat. Remember, there's that word yelps. So what does it mean when he yelps at the cat? He cries out sharply or quickly. This is Sam's cat, Tim. Tim sips milk from a dish. Tim naps on Sam's bed. Tim runs from Max. Oh, look at his face. There's Tim. And his face, he looks a little bit scared, doesn't he? Running away from Max. Running around the house. This is Sam's bug, King Tut. King Tut hops from plant to plant. King Tut chomps on plants. King Tut runs from Tim. So that's an interesting name for his bug there. His bug's name is King Tut. And right here, there's that vocabulary word, chomps. So it means to chew on something. So it says King Tut chomps on plants. So you know what King Tut likes to eat, plants. And it looks like Tim likes to watch King Tut. And there's the next story we're not going to read on. All right, boys and girls, I have some questions that I'd like to ask you about the story. So the first thing, can you tell me what types of pets Sam has? Can you remember? I'll turn back to this page. Turn back to the very beginning. There are his pets. He has 3 pets. Tim has a cat, a dog, and a bug. Those are the pets that Tim has. That Sam has. Sorry. All right. What are some things that Sam's cat, Tim, can do? You're going to look back in the story to find out what are some things that he can do. What are some things that Max does? How would you compare Max the dog and Tim the cat? How do you think they're alike and how do you think they're different? Think about those questions, boys and girls, and you can answer them with somebody at home. All right, thank you. Girls, now it's your turn to go back and read the story Sam's Pets, okay? Read it 2 times, and then you can go back and read some of our other stories, but don't read ahead.